Hi everybody, my name is Oliver, and today, as you probably already know, I will be telling you my coming out story. So it all started out in December 2011. One day, out of nowhere, a week before Christmas, I just realized that I was gay. I had no idea how to tackle this situation, so I told myself, in the new year, I want to tell my family and friends that I'm gay. This was easier said than done though. The months was passing by one by one, and I wasn't feeling any better, or I didn't have the confidence to tell anybody. I lost weight and my mental health was getting worse and worse. So the months went by and it didn't get any better. I ended up in a vicious cycle where I felt like I had to hide through the night watching coming out videos, watching other people's reactions to gay people, and when I had to get up in the morning, I got up, went to school, felt like really miserable because I was so tired, and I went home, went to bed again just to sleep because I was so tired, and then it was evening again. This really screwed me up. I became more and more angry and sad, and I know that both my friends and family noticed that something was going on. So one day, after several months of this cycle, I decided I have to tell somebody. That was this day, a year ago. I told one of my best friends that he should stop by after school, and I had to tell him something very important. We went outside because I didn't dare to talk about it in my own house. So we went outside and we took a walk, and I told him everything. He didn't have much to say, he was very neutral, and we actually only ended up talking for about 20 minutes, I think. The weird part is, and I only understand this now, is that it was only me that thought being gay was wrong. The friend I was talking with thought it was okay, and it was awesome that I wanted to share it with him. And I didn't really feel that 20 minutes was enough. So I decided, since this was such a good experience, I wanted to tell more people. So on my way home from school one day, I texted my friend and said, I need to tell you something important. Do you have time during this week? And he was like, Oliver, I know something is wrong. I'll be there in 20 minutes. So he came over and I told him everything. We talked for 2.5 hours just walking around the island that I live on, and it was freezing outside and I was freezing so much when I got home from that trip. But it was such a good experience. So the third person I told was a girl in my class. This was on the 3rd of December. I texted her during school and I was like, there's something I have to tell you. It's something that's really been bothering me. It's something about myself, and I went on like that. So it turns out that she actually thought I liked her. So she had arranged a meeting with her mom in the town just so she could have an excuse just in case that things got awkward. But the second I told her, she called her mom and she said, Mom, I'll be in town in a few hours. I have to talk to somebody. This meant a lot to me, but we actually only ended up talking for half an hour, I think. I just told her the important stuff because I had to get home with a bus. But this was my main group of friends that I had told now. I was so scared to tell them that I was actually shaking around the house sometimes. And the stupid part was, I knew that they would take it well. I knew that they were not the kind of family that would judge their son based on sexuality. but still I was very afraid to tell them. But December 28, 2012, we were out having dinner, and during dinner I was all depressed, and my sister realized this. So that evening after we went home, her boyfriend actually texted me if anything was wrong. And at this point I was just ready to tell them because I was really in a bad place. So I texted back that he could pick me up in the morning and we could talk. And in the car the next morning he actually guessed that I was gay. And I don't know how, because I had done everything in my power to seem straight. Guess that didn't work out very well. But he took it very well, and he drove me to my sister, and I also told her. They had actually discussed it the night before if I were gay, and she had said no, of course he isn't gay. But she took it very well, and she just gave me a giant hug. Now they saw how miserable I was, so they said, "We're going home and we're going to go to your room, and we will stay in there and we will see if you have the courage to tell our parents." So that is what we did. We went home and we sat in my room for half an hour and just talked about everything. And at this point I knew I had to tell my parents. We were sitting in the room and I was crying. They would ask what was wrong anyway. So we went into the living room and sat down in the couch with my mom on one of the sides and my dad on the other side, and we just sat there. I think that I was just crying for the first 15 minutes that we were in there, and I refused to talk to any of them. But at one point I got myself to say, "Mom and Dad, if I ever bring somebody home that I really like, it will be a boy." I found it easier to say it this way than either saying I'm gay or I'm homosexual. It felt more neutral and maybe like they would accept it better that way. And that's still the way that I tell people. I say, I like boys. But I'm not going to lie to you guys. The first couple of weeks after coming out was actually the toughest for me. Getting used to the atmosphere and taking the temperature on the room all the time, it was really tough. But then, gradually, after a lot of talk, it really did get better. I started feeling happy again, and I started seeing friends again, and my sleep cycle returned to somewhat normal. It did get better. But what's most important about this story is that during all these long nights just thinking and all these conversations with different people, I have learned to love myself, and I know now that I was born gay, and I know now that I love being gay, and I don't think anybody can take that away from me. So after I told my parents that I was gay, I haven't really made a lot of progress. I have just been resting my body and just getting back to normal, and it has pretty much taken this entire year. But now I'm starting to think that it might be a good idea to tell my class that I'm gay. I will be spending 3 years at the school I'm attending at the moment. And if there's one thing I have learned, it is that I have to feel safe in my environment. And I can only feel safe when I have told them that I'm gay and when I have seen their reaction. And I really do believe that their reaction will be good. Not because they necessarily like gay people or dislike gay people, but because I'm the person that I am, and I think they will respect that. So there you go, guys. This was my coming out story, and it's probably the most important video I am ever going to make. Mostly because I know what kind of impressions coming out stories gave to me when I was in the process of coming out. All those videos out there on YouTube, they have really helped me a lot. And that's actually why I'm here. I'm here to tell you that I know that somebody out there will love you for whoever you are if you just come out and tell them. Everything will get much better. And if there's one thing I have noticed, it is that friendships grow a lot bigger and stronger when you share secrets like this. So get going. I know you can do it. And as always, this has been the video of the week. Be sure to leave it a thumbs up, as this has been probably the most important video that I've made so far, and probably the most important video I will ever make. And if you are new, I encourage you to subscribe for more gay videos. I will have to see if I can get out a new video every week, but it really is tough with the amount of time I have. So I guess that's it, guys. I hope you have enjoyed the video. I have really enjoyed making this video. So I will be ready to answer any questions you have about my coming out story or anything related to that in the comments. So I suggest that you ask me any questions you have to ask, because I know I would have given anything for somebody to reply me when I was in my stage of coming out. So I guess I'll see you when I make a new video. Bye! And remember, it does get better.